Well, g'day and welcome back to the shed. This is just a quick video. I picked this thing up off the verge. The neighbours threw it out along with the usual broken furniture and stuff. And I thought, well, I'll have a look at that. And it's got the original flip digits on it, little metal things that just flip over, and the whole clock mechanism is driven by a motor. I had one of these when I was a kid in the 1970s, so that kind of dates it a fair bit. But it has FM, which makes it, I suppose, a little bit later. Anyway, thought I'd plug it in. I don't normally just plug things into the power and turn them on, but this is all transistor, no doubt. So we'll see what happens. I'll put it on. No warm-up time, of course, and instantly we got some noise. Yeah, so it's working. Don't know, that's on FM. I'll see if it works on AM.
Found health issues.
Yep, we got AM. The volume control's very scratchy. I don't know if these work. And I'll see in a minute. Oh, the time has flipped over. It was 5:46 before. So this might be a useful little radio. I don't know. But I thought, yeah, I'll pull it apart, give it a bit of a clean up, and see if I can make something half decent out of it. I don't know. Just for a bit of fun. All right, I suppose I better unplug it before I pull it apart. Let's have a look. It says, refer to the service manual, which have Mark A behind the model number when servicing is required. And here, to prevent electric shock, do not remove cover. No user serviceable parts inside. Well, I guess I'm the user, but I'm going to have a look at it anyway. I suspect that there may be user serviceable parts inside, especially that pot that needs cleaning. Here we go. Deeply recessed Phillips screws. The case looks all right. Doesn't look damaged, it's got a few spots on it, but it'll clean up okay. There's these 4 screws here, which I presume hold some heavy component inside, maybe a transformer. It's got FM antenna and AM antenna on the back. They're obviously not necessary because it's working. I guess it has a ferrite rod in it. Pull the knobs off if I can. Yep, they come off. Okay, screws falling out. That's probably a good thing. Is there any more in there? And there's one still stuck in there. One still there. Gee, they don't want to come out. Okay, that's sort of. There's another one there. Maybe that's the problem. Yep. Let's see if that'll come off now. Yep, that's looking promising. What's stopping it now? There's one screw hanging on at the back that I can see. There we go. Oh, nice fluffy bit in front of the speaker. Okay, I'll put that aside for now. Let's just dust it off a little bit and I'll clean that pot out. I want to keep that. Just sitting there. Speaker seems all right anyway. So it's got a transformer in it at least, and down just under here you can see the motor that runs the clock. So it's just got an electric motor which runs continually, presumably. I don't know how this front panel comes off. It doesn't seem to be attached to the clock module directly, so it should just pop out somehow. It's the worst thing about these plastic things, you can never work out how to pull them apart. I threw away a VCR a little while ago. I knew what was wrong with it. I just couldn't get the damn thing apart. Well, if I take out those 4 screws, it looks like that'll take out the clock assembly, so... okay. I might do that. See if it frees up the front panel. Okay, so what happens now? That's loose. But it doesn't fit out past the front panel anyway, which is clearly not going to let go in a hurry. Maybe if I lift it off the circuit board. Good thing about this is no great loss if I wreck it. While I'd rather not, I don't care all that much. Okay, so we've got some kind of arrangement here whereby that's the dial pointer there, I see. That looks like it's screwed in from there with 1 screw. Okay, but we can't remove the thing because of the dial pointer, which runs on a thread. Looks like that just pops off with a couple of screws. The only thing is, if I move this, I'll lose the synchronization between the dial pointer and the tuning cap. I don't want to do that. That's held in with this gear. This gear here, which runs which is attached to the tuning capacitor. So if I put this back precisely where it was, I should have synchronization with the dial pointer. But if I don't, I will have lost that. So I'm kind of thinking I don't want to necessarily pull it to bits any further. I'll screw this back down and just give the outside a clean up. I can't see any reason why I need to take this off anyway. It was just a matter of curiosity. So what I'll possibly do is put this back in. That's it now. Synchronize the dial pointer and wind it right to one end of its travel or something so I know where it is. And put this back in so this gear engages with the gadget. There we are. The little screw goes in there. That looks to be right. So now if I put this in, which is the tuning, I think, I should be able to just tune it. I'll tune it right to the left-hand end of the dial. Oh, that's as far as it goes. I've possibly already moved it then. No? That's its full range. I've cleaned it up I'll put it back together. One thing I found, unfortunately, was that the printing, or the colour that was in the lettering here, came off with water. So that doesn't help very much. I'll have to put that back in with something. Other than that, it'll be all right. The other thing is that it has a 10-volt incandescent light in the bottom here, which is blown. So I'll have to find a way to replace that, possibly with a LED. So I will be pulling it apart again. But for now, I'll put it back together, make sure it all works, and come back to it when I've got a LED. They're all tight. Okay, so just pop the knobs on. 3 of these, and I think they're all identical. They all look the same. Okay, so that will go on like that. A bit yellowed, but there's not much I can do. Now, one of these is for tuning. That'll be tuning. It even says tuning. And that seems to go on anyhow. Still got a mark on it there. I know. And the other one is to set the time. And that just has a little spline thing on it. And this thing here, there's a flat on it on that side, so it goes like that. Okay. So, if we turn it on,
Take a breath. Maybe we just need to pray. Hallelujah.
호주 원주민의 호주 헌법상 인정을 위해 나아가기를 제시한
seems to be working well enough. Now, the next thing is to set the time. And my phone says the time is 9:15 p.m, so we'll just turn it around. 8, 9 a.m, we need p.m. I should have picked a more convenient time to set it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 15. Okay, so I'll leave it like that and make sure that the time flips over. There we go, just flipped over to 9:16, so it's working. Well, I've got this little thing apart again. The only thing wrong with this radio is that the dial light isn't working, and this is a 10-volt AC light. I didn't think I had any hope of getting one, but I have got this down at the local electronics shop. They had some 12-volt small filament globes, and I'm hoping I can put one of these in. They also had 6.3-volt ones, and I bought 2 of each, and now I've got to work out which is which. I dare say they'll be marked somewhere, I hope. And I'll probably have to solder the leads onto these because I don't think I can get it into that holder. Is there a marking on them? No, there is not. How then do you tell which is the 6.3 and which is the 12? I suppose I could measure the resistance. I should have just got the 12-volt ones, then I wouldn't have this problem. That one one settles to about 12 and a half ohms. So that's 12 and a half. That one settles to 30 odd ohms. Okay, so that's 30. I suppose the higher resistance one would be the higher voltage, so the 12s. That one is about 13 ohms. And this one should be 30 something. Yep, just over 30. So these will be the 12 volt globes and these will be the 6.3, I guess. Next thing I've got to do is try and get the old globe out of here, and that's proving rather more difficult than I had hoped. It seems to be either glued or melted in, I'm not sure which. I suppose I've tried coaxing and cajoling, twisting, poking, and nothing is giving, so I might have to just apply some brute force to this, thus breaking off one of the legs of the holder. Great. Okay, I might have to break it open anyway in order to get that globe out. Try opening it that way, and hopefully I can glue it back together. It's just about in half and it still won't come out. There we go. So it's broken in half, and that globe is well and truly stuck in there. Still won't come out. Come on, come on. There. So hopefully I can put the broken pieces of that back together and put it back in the radio. Super glue is a wonderful thing. Yeah, this is the glow, the wires going straight into the glass envelope, so I'll cut them off. In a minute. Here we go. Will that reach? I guess, yeah. Yeah. Now, again, at risk of damaging the globe, I'm going to have to solder these wires on because I don't have a screw-in holder for these. Okay, so I'll get a little bit of solder onto the wires first. At least if I wreck one, I've got another one. I've got two globes. Oh, clothes peg seems to do the trick. So I think there's enough solder on that to make a connection. I'll just do this as quickly as I can. That's it. This will help the heatsink operation a little, maybe, maybe not. There we go. Now, I'll just trim that a bit. Let's see if I can get this on. Yeah, that works. Right, let's apply some power and see if it comes on. Yep, there we go. Okay, bit of super glue. These globes are a little bit fatter than the original, and they're not going to go back in perfectly, but it should do the trick, I think. It's one thing about super glue tubes, you can only open them once. Okay, I put a 1.5mm drill in the vise and ran it through the super glue tube nozzle after cutting off the end, and yeah, we've got some glue happening here. Put that there. Put the globe in. And try and hold it together while the glue goes off. There we go. That's about it. Okay, well, I've managed to hold the little thing in with super glue. Bit of a messy job, but it'll do the job, I think. Now I've got to try and shoehorn it back into the case, if I can. And it slips down there. And somehow that globe sits down in there. Yep, that looks right. Now we need to tighten up the front panel. So tighten up this screw and its little plastic seating. Okay, so we've got this all screwed in. It seems to be working okay, so not sure where that wire went. I'll just shove it down there. Alright, put it back together. Dear, good little clock radio. Not bad for a Verge pickup. Now that's the tuning. Goes on there. Hopefully it still works. Looks like it does. The clock bit, the alarm bit, and that sets the alarm time. And 3 of these little knobs, which are all identical, I think. Volume, function. I'm not sure what this sleep knob actually does. Might just turn the radio on after a certain period of time or something. Right, let's plug him in, turn him on. There we go. Let's set to FM, turn the volume up. I'm going to try it on AM.
Celebration of swing coming soon in a concert spectacular with special guest star James Morrison.
Beautiful. And if I turn the lights off, might be able to see that green glow in the dial there. And just wait and see if the time changes. There we go, changed to 9:42, so the clock is running. Well, here it is, all finished and working really well, I'd have to say. The clock keeps good time. A very simple mechanism in these. Apparently it's called a flip clock. And it's just a synchronous motor that drives a drum and the digits flip over as it goes. No electronics involved at all. Now this is a national Panasonic model RC6010BA, and apparently it's from about 1981, 1982, so it's 40 years old. I guess it makes it retro, and it's been a bit of fun to play with this for a change. I'm still working on the Nord Mender. That's coming along well, and I should have that video up in the next few days. It's just about ready to put the chassis back in the cabinet, so that'll be exciting. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to catch you again soon.